whole, all the districts under this category become developed districts in next say couple of years. All the district collectors have been informed by the MHRD as Ministry of Niti Aayog, and they are ready to cooperate with Unnat Bharat Abhiyan Participating Institute in these villages. So the focused attention has to be given to these development programs, and the programs envisaged by Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and we can play a major role, particularly in these villages which we have adopted through our participating institute. And government is looking for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, states are looking for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and people are looking for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. And after COVID, it has been more important that now India has to become more self-reliant and more economically viable in the global economic system, and therefore to make our villages self-reliant, to make our towns self-reliant, to make our cities self-reliant, more rural livelihood programs, more technological interventions, more support programs are to be undertaken so that people have migrated from cities to these rural areas, these villages can take a good quality livelihood in their place itself, in their village itself, and therefore Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is joining hands with the CSIR, joining hands with the other organizations like ICR and DST, and we will be organizing special technical interventions program and special livelihood program, skill development program in the villages where where the people have come from urban areas and now will be living in these villages and will not like to move again from these villages to the cities, so that how we can provide sustainable livelihood to the villagers who are having little bit skill, so that we can provide them more technical skills, more skills in a way so that they can easily get their livelihood in living in the village itself. So with this background, I will request Professor Priyanka that she can just give a brief role of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and the slides which she has prepared for aspirational district particularly to share with all of us, and then we can deliberate on all these issues. Professor Priyanka.
Right. Thank you, sir. Bharti, can we start the presentation now?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yes. So yeah, as we all can see, this is Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Next, please. And we are here today to see how we can pitch in to accelerate this transformational change of the aspirational district. I'll quickly through the presentations has already been shared with you, but just at this stage, I'll take you through it. Next, please. Next. Yes, so I mean, as you can see, it's all about bringing, then it's rightly said, it's bringing the transformational change in the aspirational district. And as you can see, there are about 117 districts that have been identified across all the 28 states of the country. And all these identification has been done based on a very strong indicator. So this time, if we are tracking the progress, it has to be against those indicators. If I'm not wrong, there are about 48 or 49 odd indicators. Based on that, we are ranking these districts, and all the progress that will be done or are planned or will be executed will be monitored or recorded on those indicators, right? And it is based on three C's, that is convergence. Of course, the central and the state government have to come together. Their schemes have to be in consonance, have to be kind of deliberated, have to be executed in agreement, in collaboration with both agencies. And one very good component that has been added here is in degree of competition. You know, the moment we put in there is a competition like the best, whosoever is best kind of wins or something like that. It gives it accelerates the program. It gives an additional impetus. So this is what the whole execution of aspirational district is planned. Next. अगला slide करो. Right. So as you can see here, it is sabka saath, sabka vikas, or sabka vishwas. This is even more important. We really cannot. I don't think I need to really talk about it much. We all understand that the first step, in fact, it should be the first step, and this is what we always emphasize on UBA as well. That the first thing we have to do is to gain the confidence of the community, and this is exactly what is said here in the aspirational districts program that has been rolled out of Niti Aayog, which is we all know it's the highest apex think tank of the government. And they also agree to the fact that until unless we are not in agreement, we are not in confidence of each other, or majority of the efforts are futile, right? So of course we are looking for development, but then everybody has to be on board, and we have to be mutually have to have trust on all the parties, all the stakeholders have to have the trust in them. Of course, the idea is to bring all the district to the mainstream development process. Now, whichever way we define development, it could be on the various indicators we agree, some of them we have our different opinion on that, but development as such is not necessarily has to be looked up from one paradigm only. Whichever way you look at development, everybody has to be developed on those indicators. Yeah, if education is what matters to you, then the access to education should be uniformly available to each and every district, to each and every citizen of the country. Services, if you are looking at, it should be readily available to everybody. It should not differentiate. So that's the whole idea. So inclusive development is also what we are looking at, and at the same time, all the 17 sustainable development goal has to be taken together. Next. Next. Right, and as I talked to you about the indicators, as you can see here, these are the various indicators. Majority of the weightage is given to the land holding, then school education, sanitation, child health. Everything has been given a weightage here. So these are the various indicators. It's as such. If you go in and break it further, you will find there are about 49 indicators. Next, please. This is just to give you an idea that it is a well-planned program of Niti Aayog. Next. Yes, so this is how they plan it to execute, and this is where we pitch in. And next. Next. Next, Manvi. Right, so I'll back. I think I'm at the second last. Ek piche jao. Yes. So quickly, if you look at it on the left-hand side, this was the baseline study that when we started ranking those districts in terms of the top 20 in terms of these indicators, and we found that they were ranked, right? And then when we revisited it after 1 year in June 2019, you can see the ranking change. So it is, the whole idea is that and the numbers that you are seeing is because we have data. Normally what happened, we lack data and we really don't know, because as it was very famously said by I'm not able to recall the name, but he is the guru in the management, and he said that what could be measurable is manageable. So it's very important that you measure things, and if you could measure things, you could actually manage things. And unless you can't measure, probably you can't even manage the thing. So this time, all the indicators are in place. We can very well measure the development, the actions, how they are translated into development, and based on that, these ranking are done. Next, please. Next. Yes. So if you look at it, this is where we stand. We have our presence in 20 states of the covered so far, and we have about 228 UBA institutions working in the aspirational districts. About 25 RCIs are working in the aspirational district, and among those 117 districts, we already have our footprint in 65 districts through UBA. Right? Next. Yes. Yes. So this is where we stand, and I would now like to request Professor Vivek if he has something to add here. I have just set the stage that this is where we are in terms of our present status and where we would like to go. So if you could just quickly brief the team here that what is it that is expected out of us, so that we could later open it up for discussion. We have about 23 identified issues that have come to us through our PIs. So we would like to discuss that. But before that, what is expected out of this program? If you could just quickly share it with the team members here, it would be very nice. So Professor Vivek.
Thank you, Professor Priyanka. I think we all know the issues of aspirational districts, efforts as Professor Priyanka shared. Government of India is trying to do some concentrated efforts to improve the life in these aspirational districts. Of course, there are several indicators. We can work on many of these indicators. But I think as the main focus of our UP program is to change the transformation or to transform the development process.
Right. Okay.
So similarly, in aspirational districts,
Sure.
we have to work for changing this or transforming this development process. Only difference between aspiration our approach in aspirational district and other areas would be that in aspirational districts we will be more concentrated, we will be more integrated, and we will try to work in by forming network. Now, when I say forming network, as Professor Vijay mentioned in the beginning, that we had been engaging with CSIR, NISTAD, and other agencies for doing some field work or bringing or in the area of technology diffusion, let's say, to improve the livelihood condition in the rural areas, right? So this can be one of the area of our focus, that in aspirational districts we all can work together and we can have a reference point, that is the today's income, and with our concentrated effort we all should work in the direction of improving the livelihood, improving or increasing the level of incomes in these aspirational districts, right? So as I said, that what we have to do, we just have to identify certain challenges. Already 23 challenges have been identified with by all of you. Then we have to probably think of a framework where together we all can work. When I say together, together means NCI, RCI, PIs, and not only UBA. We are also trying to, will also try to include external departments, ministries, and agencies. Like as I said, that we are already working with CSIR. Soon we will come up with an MOU with CSIR. We have been talking to some of the CSR funding agencies, corporate social responsibility funding agencies. So probably in the end, Professor Priyanka would announce in the next step where we would be engaging with these funding agencies also. So our approach is going to be, we will try to create a network of all stakeholders. Those who have attended Tech for Seva, they must have seen, or those who just gone through the brochure of Tech for Seva. We there also we talked about all stakeholders. Here also we talk about all stakeholders. Like in UBA, we have a indicative schedule, tentative programs. In this case, in case of as aspirational districts, approach will be the same, but we will be talking about more firm goals. We will be talking about more firm guidelines, not indicative timelines, but more firm timelines. And we will try to establish a functional relationship, right? So currently there is a functional relationship between RCI and NCI, NCI and PI, or RCI and PI. Now it will be a group of institutions working together along with the external agencies. This is just what I'd like to add, Mr. Priyanka. I think you have almost covered everything. Now I think we must listen
Right, sir.
our PIs and RCIs who are present in the meeting.
Right, right. So I'll just quickly sum up those those 23 suggestions that we have got under categories. I'm not going to name who has said what, because then I'll just open it up for discussion. So quickly, the problems that has been highlighted here are like, Ji sir. Ji sir.
Yes, hello.
Yes.
There's a break. Very good.
हेलो सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हाँ, आ रही है.
Right. So yes, so those.
Hello.
Okay. So
unmute करिए. हाँ. And one more thing, I would like to request all the participating institute and regional coordinating institute that I had a discussion in the PMO, and Pradhan Mantri office has agreed that very soon they will be covering Unnat Bharat Abhiyan development program in the Mann Ki Baat. So I request all the participating institute coordinators and regional coordinators to kindly upload their development work in villages in Unnat Bharat Mann Ki Baat activity. So if you have any particular story to be shared with the country people, to be shared in the Mann Ki Baat program, you can kindly upload these stories in portal of Mann Ki Baat, and then certainly some of these stories will be selected by Prime Minister and will be shared by the whole country. So kindly take care of it, and if you are having an interesting story, you can upload on Mann Ki Baat portal.
yes, or additionally, you can send to us also, and we will keep a record. I mean, kind of as a memory sake on our website as well. So if you have anything that you want to share with us, by all means, share with us. Share it with the PMO over the Mann Ki Baat thing. So yes, that's a very good initiative, sir. Thank you for that. Like I said, if we look at the broader area that we have identified, that we received through that Google form that we circulated yesterday, we're primarily dealing with water-related issue. That's for one. Second is connectivity, that is infrastructure. Third, the number of the categories that got maximum number of opinion or share or concern. Third was sanitation, and last was migration, livelihood, and then infrastructure as well. So these are the. So when we did this analysis or data crunching of those 24 problems that or solutions or opportunities that were discussed, they were primarily categorized into water, connectivity, sanitation, migration, livelihood, and infrastructure. So with that, I open up the forum for discussion. I would request you to please raise your hand, and then we can listen from you. Since we have like more than 100 participants here, so we would really appreciate if you be brief and share what is it that you want to say to us. We will compile all these data and we will prepare a document and share with everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
This is Dr. Anand from IIT Jodhpur.
Mr. Anand, please.
So, an point of information that I wanted to give is that our RCI has already adopted Sirohi as one of the major aspirational districts through Professor Shantanu Chaudhary's behest and advice. And we have been working on that for the last 2 years, and we have forged collaborations with four PIs as well, and we have also linkages with the agricultural department as well as all the KVKs in Sirohi, Pali, as well as Jodhpur. So this work has been into water management, soil remediation aspects, and AI in governance, Then we have IoT automation of all the agricultural aspects as well as water management aspects. Then we have included reusable water purifier technologies also on the ground in several schools and other places. So this work is going on for the last 2 years. Everything is on the website of UBA RCI IIT Jodhpur. That is also clear from there. Okay, thank you so much for this initiative. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Professor Anand. Additionally, I would also like to inform everybody that Professor Anand did request us that we should inform or should involve the district administration as well on such forums. And your recommendation well taken. We would certainly like to have the district administration representation as well. But we first thought that let's deliberate it internally first, and once when we are ready with some consolidated piece of information guideline framework, then we will certainly incorporate or bring in the district administration to listen to us as well. So your suggestion well taken. So I invite anybody who want to share their opinion, their journey so far, or what is it that they are planning to do, or if they have any concerns.
Hello, madam. I am
जी
Vani from NIT. I want
जी
that.
प्रोफेसर वानी बताइए.
Yes, my suggestion is that if we can have a booklet of these aspiring institutes and what all work is to be done, and then we will take up these issues with the respective district collectors, because so far we have not contacted these aspiring districts, and because
Okay.
no directions has been given as such to us. But if the booklet is there, and then we can share it with the state, this UT government, and also with the respective district, and ask them that they should expedite work on these things. Then we can help them.
जी बिल्कुल सही.
ठीक है.
ठीक है. Point well taken. जी. Right.
Professor Priyanka, I would like to say something.
It is already there on our website.
Professor Roy.
Yeah.
जी सर हम जी प्रोफेसर रॉय बताइए.
Yeah. So very good afternoon to all of you. And I find that this is a very important meeting going on. So what we can do for the aspirational districts. Earlier they were named as the backward districts of our country. So we are planning to start a program on integrated village development, where most of the issues of integrated village development will be addressed. And I see some of the polytechnics from Sili and Pakur, from Jharkhand and from the Bihar, also Purnia. So they can participate in such events, and what they learn from the Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh, we are doing some experiment here, which can be very relevant for them. So we are planning that program, or 1 week program for all the teachers from Bihar, Jharkhand, and other people may also participate. So that we have already discussed with Professor Vijay. So that is in the thing. And very nicely, some of the issues coming are very common issues like water, like governance, like treatment, and all such things. They are the very common issues for all the people. So that is in the plan. So I would like to take suggestions from some of the teachers who are coming from the polytechnics of Bihar and Jharkhand in particular, because many of such aspirational districts fall in Bihar and Jharkhand. So if we target Bihar and Jharkhand in large way, and some other like Odisha, etc., so how the battle will be won.
Yes. Right. So yes, so I invite everybody, all the PAs, if you have something to say, any concerns, any idea कि भाई ऐसे नहीं ऐसे कर सकते हैं या हमें ये दिक्कत आ रही है, specific अगर आपके पास कुछ है. जी.
Madam, this is
Please share.
from some College of Engineering.
Yes, बताइए.
I had actually thought of providing some solar energy to the local village, which is very close to our college. Using the rooftop of work college, we could generate some of the solar energy, which could be beneficial for the local villages.
Hello. Hello. Manvi, are we there?
Get me?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are there, but sir, Isha sir, yeah.
You could hear me,
Acha.
ma'am?
So
Yeah, now we are able
we
to
could
hear
hear
you.
you.
Now you are in a position to hear me. Basically, what I actually intend was to provide some solar energy generation to the local village at that place. Since there are not much of rooftops available at that place, we have a good south-facing area in our college, which could be utilized.
I think there is some issue with their mic, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
So let's take the next speaker. So इशाद जी जब वापस ज्वाइन करेंगे तो बता देंगे हमें. Anyone else? I invite the next speaker to kindly share their viewpoint. Ji, yes. Please introduce yourself and go ahead.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, please. Yes. May I request all the speaker to kindly share your name and institute you are from, and then
I am Shankarjyoti Chatterjee. I am Shankarjyoti
Yes.
Chatterjee from Jaya School of Polytechnic, Kalyani, West Bengal. I would like to inform you that I have faced some problem in the time of household survey. There was a NRC and CAB problem. We cannot go through the household survey. We have done the village survey, and also a problem is there in the village of Chagda. There is no such village now. All become the municipality, and also there are some villages like Chagda. In the name of Chagda, there is no villages, but there is no other villages, and we and others names, and we go through and we have gone through these villages, but they cannot help me to give any data from them. They told you are not come to the Chagda in the name of Chagda villages, so we cannot give you any data. And then we gone to the office of BDO. He told if you have the permission from the district headquarter, the DM or the district collector, then I can help you. It was the problem of Chagda villages, and other villages we have done the village survey, and there is some very vast area to improve, like water, rainwater service, harvesting, and street lighting. There was some the area of improvement, and we have marked them, and we have talked with the village administration. So and we also want to adopt another villages. I have also told our Mannavi madam that we want to take another 2 villages due to in place of Chagda, because they are not too interested to give many data, and it also became the municipality. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, point taken. Good. So that is, that is not a concern. It will happen in the process that many of your villages are no longer villages, but you have started working in that community. I mean, there is no issue as such. The thing is, when you started at that time, they were categorized as village. So all the eligibility that you have that suffice. That remains valid later on.
Something on one thing. Horingata also become the municipality, but we have done the village survey there, but we cannot go through the household survey. We have gone to household survey. Some of people will come with our so aggressive mode. So we have frightened and we came back in some villages. Also in Chagda, also in Horingata, and also in Goyashpur. And also the village administration, they also we told we cannot support you. Because the people have threatened from the NRC and CAB, so we cannot do anything. So we have also performed our Washpur and Horinghat also become the municipality. But we have done their works like as green, go green, tea plantation, and plus avoid plastic, etc. campaigning we have done all the school and all the areas. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. Thank you.
Dr. Chatterjee, I think this issue came up during the RCI meeting also, and for once it's for all participating institutions. We had been saying again and again that household survey is not compulsory if there are certain issues. Probably you met me in the orientation workshop. There also we clarified. If you are facing any problem, see, these surveys are for getting some reference data, and this data is available through several other means also. And household data is absolutely not necessary for doing any further activity under UBA. It is just one of the exercise. So if size is more, number of households are more, then you can choose some percentage. If they are not cooperating, stop it. Just do village level survey. That's all. So I'm requesting to all the participants that today we are meeting for a special purpose. So all these issues of different participating institutions we can take separately. It would be better that if we focus today on district strategy. I mean, what kind of strategy we should plan? Is it okay?
Yes, perfectly okay, Professor Vivek, right? So, like Sir rightly said, that household survey is not something which is absolutely mandatory. It is, see, the point is we are working with the students, and it is also to train the students. It is primarily for the training of the student, and if there is any issue, if there is any threat, by all means, you can negotiate that. Yes. So with that, anybody else who would like to share if they have any strategy, if they have any suggestion how to take forward our activity in the aspirational district?
Hello, madam. I am Ratan Kumar
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Since I don't know the name, so two of you are speaking together. So yeah,
Okay.
whosoever is elder, please take the turn first. Yeah.
So I am Ratan Kumar
Okay.
from Jharkhand, Dumka Engineering College. Dumka Engineering College. Later, I have still bit later. We have started from our end for the Jharkhand colleges, Jharkhand villages. And I have some Talchari, Ranga, and Assam, so some villages are there. And we have gone through via block offices, and we have collected all the data from block offices. We have not yet done due to some issues for the household service, but we have quite bit. We have village survey also. And I have messages over there. A very critical thing since it is a very backdated area, that is a very remote area. So the employability factor is a very questionable matter over here for the youths of that villages. So done from our colleges some projects, and we have proposed that some solar light, solar table lamp is there, some grass cutter machines are there, and we have done through by our students, engineering college students, and that mechanism we have to share with our these village youths. They can assemble them and they can do the business with these items, and they can help them in that manner. So we have considered that kind of project for their help. And in that COVID pandemic situation, also we have given some ration kits and some awareness programs we have done to our digital permissions. And little bit we have processed in that way to develop our nearby. Yeah.
Yes, yes, good. Yes,
Can I,
the next speaker. Yes, please.
ma'am, I'm from Sant Gadgaba Amravati University. RCI Sant Gadgaba Amravati University, Maharashtra. Am I audible, ma'am?
Take the first information.
Hello?
It would be better if you could like come closer to the mic. Huh. Come closer to the mic. Yes.
Ma'am, I'm from Sant Gadgaba Amravati University, coordinator RCI. To cope up with the issues arises because of COVID-19 pandemic. Recently, RCI Sant Gadgaba Amravati University conducted steering committee meeting belonging to the 11
Just hold on. I just want to request all the participants, if you could close your video, probably your audio quality will improve. So please stop streaming your videos. Yes, and just keep your mic open, and if you could speak, I think we will have better quality in terms of your voice. So, from Sant Baba Gadke, please continue.
So, madam, to cope up with the issues arises because of the COVID-19 pandemic, Sant Gadgaba Amravati University is acting as RCI and including 11 districts. So, RCI recently called a steering committee meeting. The same committee meeting includes all the vice chancellor and directors of different districts for discussing the strategies, how to cope up with the different issues arises because of the pandemic. To concerning with the same issue, we had also organized the two-day webinar. And as per guidelines, RCI constituted a project approval board at the RCI level to evaluate the projects that are selected in the NCI for the screening. So RCI constituted the project approval board at the RCI level. And RCI, through this committee, RCI going to make an action plan for the Vidarbha development that belonging to the 11 district under the RCI Sant Gadgaba Amravati. Hello?
Right.
Yeah, ma'am. So these activities we have performed in the COVID-19 lockdown period.
In terms of strategies, in terms of your experience working with the aspirational district.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Doctor.
I can hear you. I can again see there are two people speaking. So please take turn.
Hello, myself Dr. Bhupesh Jain from Engineering College, Jhalawad. We are not in aspirational district, but my suggestion is, as a part of this discussion, my suggestion is we can apply the all the successful stories with a special case with a special committee in all the aspirational districts directly, just like solar, as already discussed in the panel, and some water harvesting projects in water scarcity areas. Okay, so we can enlist the successful things, those can be implemented by UBA directly to the aspirational districts. This is my suggestion.
Right, right. So the process is already on. Very soon you will see that all the work that has been successfully demonstrated in the field, or the technologies that are implemented, it will be available. That's a very good suggestion. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
There is no need to do survey and finalize this.
Hello, ma'am.
Good.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. Myself, Rakeshwar Reddy from MGM's College of Engineering, Nanded, Maharashtra. Madam, we have done our all survey, village survey and household survey. So we found that in all our 5 villages, there is a scarcity of water and there is an improper sanitation work. So when we prepare these proposals for water and sanitary, so their cost become high for every village. So it is something difficult for us to generate the cash, we can say the funds and how the implementation has to be done. Proposals from district administration, proposals from the NCI, RCI. So this coordination is getting something difficult, and issue is there. So how we could manage this?
Funding. What? Hello. So funding. So you know how. What is the funding that UP can provide? But working for aspirational district, you are suggesting that we should have some additional fund available as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Should be some mechanism to make additional fund available. So that's a suggestion I'm taking from your side. Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. So we are about 15 minutes more to go. So if anybody want to speak up, if you have some strategy.
Hello, good afternoon, Professor Priyanka.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Professor Priyanka.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, madam.
This is Professor Bala from Good afternoon. RCI Odisha.
Please continue. RCI Odisha, please continue, and then Madam will continue. So RCI Odisha, please continue.
Ma'am, the point is right now, because of this COVID-19, not only for the aspirational districts, for throughout the country, like we have to mainly address about that migratory, sort out the problems that they are going to face on their daily livelihoods. How it can be sorted out, that we have to come up with some kind of guidelines or kind of eye opener for all the participating institutes as well as RCI. So that might be helpful throughout the country to implement the UBA programs at grassroots level.
Okay, and how do you suggest to do that? That's what we are doing. Or to take it like in a different way when we are doing an aspirational district, if you could suggest something?
How we could emphasize the developmental activities through employment at the rural level, that we have to be little bit stressed upon right now, so that it can be a kind of model success story for all other districts also.
Yeah, very soon.
Right. So we would be very happy. We would be very happy.
Hello.
Ji sir.
Very soon, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan program is likely with CSIR and other technological development organizations in the country, and specifically on rural technologies. We will be organizing skill development programs for those people who really require in these villages. So people who have migrated from urban areas to rural areas, they may be having some little bit skill, but how to improve their skill and they can take up their skill-based employment opportunity and skill-based livelihood. That program is being under consideration with Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, CSIR and other development agencies of the country. And Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is liaising with all these organizations, and you will be seeing in a short while now that in few days we will be rolling out a specific livelihood skill development program in the country through our participating institute.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Right.
Ramakar Jha sir from NIT Patna wants to say something.
Good
afternoon. I'm Professor Ramakar Jha, RCI from NIT Patna for Bihar. I have couple of suggestions as RCI which we can do it because aspirational institutions, most of the institutes have water, sanitation, very common problems. Environmental, they don't have plantation, they don't have proper drainage system, proper infrastructure. So as RCI, I request all the PIs either from Bihar or any part of the country, because we can provide the proper guidelines for rainwater harvesting, low cost toilets, especially the child specific toilets which are very much in need. And you find that we have a very common kind of toilets, and here we did some work for UNICEF So we can provide that, and of course rural roads, and we can also help our PIs to get letters or the connection with the DM. Of course, we will take support of NCIs, and at our own level we can do it. If they are looking for some kind of funds, we will try to say arrange it from our institute side or from UBA side at NIT Patna, or else we can help them in getting the proper place where they can really get the funds. Maybe it is few thousand to few lakhs. It depends on their objectives. So it would be better because we have to carry out some kind of research work, some kind of real applications, which we did it. I tell you, we have floods in Bihar, and on the other side, we are filing that agricultural land is not getting any water. So we devise some of the equipments. Maybe we can, because we have not got it patented. So through UBA, I would prefer that it could be patented, and all the PIs can take help of it. We carried out some detailed study of water pollution in River Ganga. So those kind of things, if they have laboratory facility lacking, no laboratory facility, and they want us to carry out such kind of a study as RCIs, yes, we can do it. So I think this is a big platform. UBA is a very big platform where we have a close coupling between NCIs, RCIs, and PIs. But the initiative has to come from PIs, and definitely RCIs and NCIs are going to help to their maximum extent. And this is the commitment from RCI NIT Patna. Thank you so much.
Hello, ma'am.
So this is also commitment from HCI to take care of all the PIs and RCIs.
Hello.
And if anything, any technology which you have developed or any other institutes have developed and which is useful to the villagers and village people, certainly we would like to take it along all the participating institutes in the country. Those who are like to adopt those technologies which are really useful in the villages to take up, and there is no right or patent issue in those, because anything developed through Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is useful to everyone. So even RCI Patna can help out the technologies which they have came up, and you feel that these are very useful, particularly in these states. We will try to disseminate all these information with all the participating institutions.
Great, sir. Thank you, Vijay, sir. Thank you.
Of course, yeah. Of course, giving due acknowledging the developer. So we want to keep, if there is a technology development, we would like to keep it away from licensing, but all the acknowledgement and all the Creative Commons rights will be protected. That is for sure.
Okay, thank you, Dr.
Ma'am, there is one suggestion from Dr. Pushpendra Yadav from NIT Bhopal.
हाँ, क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं?
Hello, madam.
Sir, please unmute your mic, Pushpendra sir. We can move further. Dr. Rajendra Prasad from NIT Jamshedpur also wants to add something. So please unmute.
डॉक्टर रंजित प्रसाद सर, वास्तव में हम महसूस कर रहे हैं यहाँ डिस्ट्रिक्ट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से बातचीत करके, और बाकी जैसे हमारे एक एडॉप्टेड विलेज में अभी 90% घरों में शौचालय नहीं है, लेकिन उसका प्रॉब्लम यह है कि वहाँ पानी का समस्या है, पानी नहीं है। और तो इसीलिए छोटा मतलब एक पंप लगा।
रंजीत जी, आप अगर वीडियो म्यूट करेंगे ना तो शायद आपकी ऑडियो क्वालिटी थोड़ी बेटर हो जाएगी।
का लग कुछ है, लेकिन केवल एक पंप का व्यवस्था और पानी वहां से खेत तक आ जाए तो खेती 2 या 3 बार हो सकता है। लेकिन ये जो बात अभी आया वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि जो भी सक्सेस स्टोरी है उसको हम बहाल करना, जैसे IIT ने डेवलप किया है बायोगैस प्लांट या छोटा प्लांट सब, जो 4-5 गायों के साथ में उसको एक मॉडल के रूप में घर में इंस्टॉल कर सकते हैं और उसको देख करके बाकी गांव वाले भी उसको डुप्लीकेट कर सकते हैं। लेकिन जो नो हाउ है उसको कैसे हम लोग डुप्लीकेट करें, उसके लिए कुछ ना कुछ प्लान करना चाहिए ताकि अधिक से अधिक लोग उसको अपना सकेंगे। माइग्रेशन के लिए
Excuse
जो
me,
बहुत
sir.
लोग अपने अपने ढंग
Sir, please use English.
माइग्रेटेड लेबर के लिए
Please
हाँ,
use English. We can't able to
Yeah,
understand.
so migrated labor, many of
Right.
migrated labor. Okay,
We will
sorry.
summarize it. We will summarize it. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. For migrated labor, I am also talking with the NGO, HRDI, because they are going to develop a app. So later on, I will discuss about in detail. But that will be also a position. So bring on board all the stakeholders for the migrated workers. That's all.
National Coordinating Institute of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is preparing a compendium of all the relevant rural technologies in the country, and we will be uploading it on our web portal. So that is a collaboration with the CSIR and other institutions in the country, and those technologies compendium can be utilized by all the participating institutes and other villages.
Madam. Hello.
It will be very good.
Hello.
Continue.
Hello.
You know, before anyone can speak, there was a madam who was saying something. So, madam, if you could, I think you have been waiting for last 5-10 minutes. If you are there.
That's right, madam. This is Dr. Geeta Latkar, Director of MGM Engineering College. I was wondering if we could have an interactive platform so that every center for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan can put the good activities they have undertaken and we can learn from each other. Okay, and also we can share the problems with each other. And could it be possible?
Yes. That work is already on. Very soon you will have access to that platform as well. Anyway, we are compiling all the rural technologies. So all this work is in progress, and we are hopeful that in the next few months all of that will be available.
And we can have guidelines from you on that portal that how to proceed if particular activities are taken. Yes, that's all.
Right.
Thank you.
How to replicate that will be there. Thank you. Yes, the next speaker, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Rajesh Chandra Mishra, ma'am. Hello.
Mishra ji, bataiye.
Yes, ma'am. I'm from Vidya Vihar Institute of Technology from Purnia in Bihar.
जी बताइए. Hello. Okay, so we will wait for. I'll keep Professor Mishra on hold. So anybody else, if you are there, please continue. So once he joins.
Good afternoon, ma'am. It's Dr. Ashok Jangir from Dayalba. Hello.
जी बताइए.
Ma'am, actually, I want to raise one critical point, and one difficulty most of the PIs they face is connectivity with the district administration. So in most of the district. Hello.
So, please hold. Let Professor Jangir finish first what he has to say. Ji, Professor Jangir,
the first thing is the district administration or DM office is not very accessible to everybody. One. Second, until and unless we have proper district, we means all the PIs, I am talking about everybody, until and unless we have proper access of that office, we can't get work done from the government machinery. And which is very essential since we talk about convergence every time, so it's very important. So what I suggest is is there any way we can ask DM or DM office to conduct at least one meeting once in a 6 month, so that like we can impart or we can have more fruitful results in UPA.
Right.
Although letter is
suggestion well taken.
One letter is there, but see, it's very difficult to get things done from bureaucracy. So if they call meeting, then it's easy for us to project our issues and everything. But if we are going to call meetings, other way around, like it's a bit difficult, and it's not like very readily like they are not available.
Hello.
Already
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And we will request MHRD officials to kindly convey the feeling of participant institute so that the ministry can write to district collectors and instruct them that every district collector should organize at least half-yearly meeting with the participating institute in their district.
So if it is possible, like it will be like it is going to give us like very good results. Like if it is done.
Sure.
Thank you.
We have representation from MHRD here today. So I can take one more suggestion from anybody if you have something to say, please, because we are almost toward the end of the session.
Yes, ma'am.
Please continue.
Yes, I was. Yes, ma'am. So we have a
Professor Mishra, please.
Yeah, we were developing this machine for processing Makhana or Foxnet, and we needed some kind of technical support because we are stuck.
There is funding available with the aspirational district administration. We can take.
Got it. So first thing I would suggest that that आप हमारे PI हैं, so please get in touch with the RCI. Your RCI, if I am not wrong, your RCI must be NIT Patna, right?
Yes,
and I'm sure they will be in a position to help you out there. Yes. So Professor Ramakar Jha is there. So आप उनसे बात कीजिए एक बार. I'm sure you will get a very positive response from him.
Yes,
right. One last comment from anybody before. Yes, please. Yes, continue.
Ma'am, I would like to say something.
Okay, so let's sir speak first and then your turn, right? And then we are done. So two participants. Yes, sir.
Myself, Rajendra Krishnadas. Hello.
Yes. Professor Das, please continue.
Yes. I am from Jubilee College, Gurkunda, under Ramgarh district, Jharkhand. We are facing a lot of problems. We could not get the initial amount of 50,000. So we done survey from our own resource, madam, and we have reported all these things, and we selected very remote villages, and there are so many problems, but we are unable to carry out the job because lack of funds. So please see the matter. So that we.
Right. So Professor Das, yes, one of our team member will talk to you after this meeting just to see कि भाई कहाँ problem था, because normally fund transfer में issue नहीं होते if all the informations are rightly shared. So I request Manvi to please get in touch with you.
Hello.
She will talk to you, huh? I'll request Manvi to talk to you. Yeah, we are running short of time, so madam.
Hello.
Madam, you were saying something.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, please. Yes, your turn. Please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, earlier also we have discussed that if district collector can connect us, they have some letter from there, so we have some kind of reputation building through local administration in the villages. If we can connect with the district collector, being a RCI or other PRIs, we will have a better position in the village. That's why we are waiting for some letter to come from IT Delhi to district collectors or MHRD to district collectors, and we are doing well. Something like that.
Right. So I think we have representation from MHRD here today in the meeting. So they are also listening to us, and we have been saying it for quite some time. So Ashish, would you like to say something?
Yeah, hi everyone. So yes, there are a lot of issues with the PIs, RCIs. Okay, so my suggestion is that as far as the issues are concerned, please jot them down and write them to the NCIs or the RCIs, okay, so that they can be taken care of. Okay. Coming to this meeting, I mean, this meeting is basically for the aspirational districts. See, aspirational district program is a very important program of Government of India, and basically it aims to, quickly and effectively transform the selected 115 districts. Okay. So, in short, the broad contours for the program are convergence, collaboration, and competition, among the districts by mass movement. So, we are actually committed to raise the living standards of the citizen and ensuring the inclusive growth of all of the selected districts, right? So, we are working basically, we need to work on few of the fields like health and nutrition, education, agriculture, water resources, etc. And as it now under the program Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, 56 aspirational districts are being worked on by the 115 PIs, right? Priyanka, if I'm not wrong. Hello? Can you hear me?
Ashish, there is some addition. We'll update you about all these things.
Right. So it is my request to all the PIs to currently, specifically work on this aspirational district program. Okay. As far as technology intervention is concerned, see, we can develop technology under the scheme also, and we are also working to synergize the efforts from the various other initiatives of Government of India. Okay. We are also working on that. So maybe the replication can be there, which, I mean, there are certain products, there are certain technology which has been developed under the other schemes, but that they can also be utilized under our scheme also, under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan also. So we are working on that, and sooner we will be, rolling out all the things, new set of guidelines under the scheme. The transformation, I mean, by transformation, by synergizing, I mean to say that how can we synergize with other scheme, and how can the PIs, collectively work together with the RCIs, with the PIs, with the other institutes, to implement the technology, right? So we are working on that.
Right.
Yeah. As far as the issues are concerned, as far as DC's district collector issue is concerned, we have already written letter to the district collectors, and we are also working to strategize and implement a team wherein we are trying to roll in the officers from the NITI Aayog also. No, we are working on the aspirational district program. So in the nearby future, I hope that the things work out, and most of the issues resolved.
Right. So thank you, Ashish. Thank you. So what we will do one more time is we have running a little out of time right now. So what I'll suggest, we will circulate the Google form again to all of you in a different format this time, requesting your strategies to work out so that we could compile and share it with MHRD and other ministries as well, so that when we are planning for aspirational district, all the informations are in place so that we could strategize it more efficiently, right? So if you have any further suggestion, if I'm missing out to hear any one of it, it's not important, it's just that we are running out of time. I would now request Professor Vivek to kindly summarize what we discussed today before we close the session. So Professor Vivek.
Thank you, Professor Priyanka. First of all, I would like to thank and congratulate all participating institutions. And I hope that by making this strong network, we'll be able to contribute something towards these aspirational districts. Right? I've been hearing a lot of comments and suggestions from our RCIs and our PIs. I just would like to talk on 2-3 things, and then we will just wind up. As Professor Priyanka suggested that we will be circulating this Google Doc. See, the first thing is that today was our first meeting, and we will keep on interacting. And the idea of this meeting is to, as we said in the beginning, that we'll try to form a network and stronger network. Of course, there is an already network in UPA, stronger network and framework for working towards working in these aspiration districts. Now, one thing I would like to suggest to all of you, that when we will be thinking to work on in these districts, first thing which we must do is mapping the natural resource and mapping the human resource. As Professor Vijay suggested in the beginning, that we have to go for skill mapping. Somebody was talking about that there is no need for going for survey. Survey is actually it's a process, but what we are looking for is the information about, or the baseline information of that particular district. That is very, very important. This is important because of the two reasons. Because when we talk about this Swavalambi Bharat or Atmanirbhar Bharat, it has to be based on local resources. So all of us start working in that direction. Let us have some information or some resource map in terms of natural resources and, as Professor Vijay suggested, human resource. What are their skills? What are their backgrounds? Many of these districts must be having a lot of migrant labor, so we must have that kind of map with us. So all of us should start working in that direction. So actually we are not going for survey kind of exercise. We are trying to get information, whatever means we can use, right? In all our activities, there has to be a very strong component from the community, from the people. So we will not go. So we will go again by our UBA guidelines, need identification and prioritization. So we have to talk to these people, and then only. So we will not go with something available with us, that we have this technology and let's implement this. Of course, first we have to see that need, and then of course we have technologies, and then we'll try to match. And as far as technology is concerned, we will try to give we'll try to support you as much as possible, not only through SEG, not only through RCIs, but also through our subject expert group, but also through, as I mentioned in the beginning, CSIR and other government agencies. Now there were suggestions about special funding and other things. Now it is very clear that, and this has been emphasizing again and again, under UBA we have some special funds, that too again very little. But I believe that no special funds are required. But if you feel that some kind of concentrated study is desired, then we can approach collectively to several organizations. Like we had been talking to DST, there is a division, C division in DST. So they say that they will encourage, but that is only for when we have a network, when we go for concentrated effort. No individual PI will get fund in that. There has to be a complete network. So that kind of complementary funds is available. There are CSR funding agencies. We are approaching them, and soon we will have several of them on our board. But again, they will also look at the proposal and kind of strong network we have. But in the end, I would like to say that there is no scarcity of funds. Actually, we need to see what are the schemes. And somebody mentioned that because of this problem with accessibility to district administration, so we are not able to access the fund. But I must say here that there is some fund available with the Gram Panchayat. So the basic rapport building should start not from the district administration, but from the Panchayat itself or from the village itself. So we need to build our rapport with the village. Of course, district administration help is required. In several of the schemes, funds are lying with them, and for several of the projects execution, their node is required, their help is required, they can facilitate. But as far as rapport building is concerned and immediate interventions are concerned, we can do it just by getting good rapport with the village and village panchayat. We still have 14th Finance Commission money with us, and as I said, that we are actually involving in the process of transformation. We are not actually getting involved in the development process, right? Some fund will come, but then there is already a fund which we need to convert. We have to be a little patient, and we just need to work with the community. That is what I just like to add. Now, there was a suggestion on the guidelines. It is a welcome suggestion. We will try to make the guidelines. All of you also can contribute to that. Please suggest us. We are trying to make certain guidelines to. So, for example, how this RCI can be the nodal point for a particular region, and then how the network can be made, what kind of resources institutions can pull in. Resources, when I say resources, means infrastructure, knowledge resources, manpower, like that. And what resources can be pulled in through UVA from other agencies, that we will all see. But then, yes, we will work on framing the guidelines. I think that's all I would like to say. And finally, I would like to sum up, as Ashish ji mentioned, that MHRD try to facilitate once again. But again, my caution is that please don't wait for this kind of access to district administration. That is possible, but it may take some time. 1, 2, not everywhere this kind of connection will be. Everywhere it will be different. It will depend on the local administration, on the person. And believe me, our first requirement is building up rapport with the villagers. And if you go to the villagers with your own identity, without any support letter from district administration, it works and it will work. Right? We just need to change our strategy. Suppose in some cases it is not working. Probably we need to relook at our strategy, how we have interacted with. There are several ways and means. We have been talking about these ways and means in our orientation workshop. We can again and again talk about that. So please don't, just wait for getting access to these villages to district administration. Yes, district administration help is required. MHRD will do it. They have been doing it, right? And that's why this UBA program is designed, because we want to get involved in transformation of the whole development process, right? So that is all from my side. And once again, I will ask all of you to contribute in formulating these guidelines. And all of you are free to give suggestions. PIs can send it to RCIs, and RCIs can combine it, and RCIs can try to make guidelines at a local level. For example, from Jharkhand district, something that for NIT Patna can coordinate activities around water related issues. So similarly, all RCIs can make their local framework. That's all. So once again, thank you all of you for joining this workshop. And I think detailed program, probably our people will talk to you, will contact you. So Professor Yuvan Rai talked about certain training program, similar training program. I think we were planning for aspirational districts also. So because this is going to be a concentrated effort, a special effort. So we need to have some concentrated efforts. So that's all, and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Vivek. Thank you very much. As Professor Vivek said, that Professor Yuvan Roy was present right from the very beginning. He has taken all the notes, I assume, and he will soon be working out a workshop, especially for the PIs, the RCAs, and the manpower, all of us who are working in the aspirational district. So we look forward to the workshop that he is planning, how it rolls out, and how you all can contribute in that. So with that, I would like to thank everybody for taking time out and attending this meeting today. So thank you very much. Thank you to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Everyone.
Thank you.